Hey everyone, Matt Pisarcik from RazorEmporium.com coming at you today for another Double Edge Discourse video. I am so excited to be having an opportunity to shave with Jake Yates from Yates Precision. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be out here in Arizona with you, and we've had a fun week. I'm sure we'll get into that.
Yes, it has been a complete action-packed week from just one thing to the next. And we actually literally just finished hours ago the Arizona Shavers meetup, and we brought some of the soap. I think with that being said, let's get started. Let's load up some razors. What are we shaving with today over there?
So I have the Yates Precision stainless winning razor. So this was one that we made in our shop, and this one is actually in the stonewash finish, and that was by accident because my wife accidentally stonewashed it. So this is the only stonewashed winning razor in existence.
Does that mean it's like a collectible?
It is. This is the one that I traveled with here and brought with me, and this is the one I use a lot, so yeah.
I have to ask, the name Winning, is that from the Charlie Sheen thing? Winning!
That was, well, we can get into it, but that was, I designed this razor for Wet Shaving Club, and they took care of the naming of it, so and that's what they went with. Same with America Razor. I designed it, and they named it, and then we acquired them, and now they're part of our brand.
Okay, cool. Well, that being said, this is really exciting because one of the reasons Jay came out, he didn't just come out for the Arizona Shavers meetup, although I think that was like a little allure.
Yeah.
Bringing it out. It was your first ever?
First ever wet shaving meetup for me, surprisingly.
What did you think overall?
It was awesome. Yeah, it's good to put a face to a lot of the names that I already knew.
Yeah.
So it's good to meet people in person, and yeah, it was very enjoyable. I enjoyed it a lot.
I think we had between 75 to, I think, almost 100 people at some of the peak hours, people coming and going throughout the shop. We had lots of vendors, and we had demonstrations. We had a shop tour, plating demonstration. And one of the big announcements that we're really happy to be kind of saying formally is that Razor Emporium is going to be acquiring Yates Precision. And that's kind of one of the big reasons we had this whole video and the whole meetup. So I'm really excited about this cool partnership.
Yeah, absolutely, me as well.
But I guess I mentioned that because this is going to be the very first thing that the machine, so we didn't just buy the brand, we really are acquiring one of the key machines out of Jake's shop, and we brought it all the way on a truck from Pennsylvania all the way to Arizona, and it just arrived like literally days ago. And it's been a crazy process of getting it installed and leveled and set up and power and air, and literally before the meetup and during the meetup making the first razor on it.
Yeah, it's been a blur of a few days. The machine arrived Tuesday. I showed up Wednesday. We installed it, leveled it, calibrated it, started loading fixtures into the machine, programming, and yeah, we ended up with what appears to be a pretty good looking razor. Yes,
so we'll talk about it. I'm going to start lathering up as we blab and talk. The idea with the machine wasn't just to only do Yates stuff. We'll get there. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I wanted to get involved with machining aluminum razors, and I have for years. I've watched other people making aluminum razors in the safety razor world, and so this machine is getting its start cutting aluminum, which is one of the easier, softer materials to work with.
Yep.
And because of that and the price of aluminum and the lower machining time, the entry-level price is a lot lower. So I'm also kind of happy to show you, this is the very first prototype of the new Rex Page razor. It is a three-piece variation of the Envoy, and it has a kind of a fluted handle, as you're seeing, and a smaller blade gap. And I'm literally going to use it. It was machined like an hour ago, and I haven't obviously used it, and I'm going to try it out. It's supposed to be a little bit more mild. So Jake and I kind of played with the blade gap.
Yep.
And
Yeah, moment of truth, huh?
Moment of truth. And for our soap today, we are using the Arizona Shavers Meetup soap. These were free giveaways that part of the soap making demonstration kind of culminated with everyone getting a free soap. They watched it being made. We dispensed it and poured it into the different little tins, and everyone walked out with one, and it's just a freebie. That's our tradition. I feel like if you've made the trek to come out to Arizona, or even just given your day, if you live here local, you should walk away with something. Yeah. There's lots of raffles and prizes and fun stuff, but who doesn't want to walk with a sample? So I think it's got like a bay rum scent to it. But the whole conversation around making aluminum razors, I'm a firm believer that the wet shaving movement needs new blood to continue. It's really great to have enthusiasts that buy 10 razors and buy all the latest and greatest soaps. Like, we love all those people, and I'm sure a lot of the people out there watching today's video are those people, and we love you and we appreciate you guys. But this movement will not, continue to be the movement if it doesn't have new blood, new people coming in, and aluminum razors are one of many ways you can do that. I'm a big proponent, a big fan of Henson. We sell a lot of Henson razors and other people. I know Carve has a Bison razor that's aluminum.
Yep.
Aylesworth has aluminum Apex.
Yep.
So this is kind of our take on it, and we'll have to get all the details yet, but this is a prototype, but it is coming soon. Probably, I'm honestly saying in the next 30 days, we'll have these out. Because the hardest part's done. I mean, really it is.
Yeah, as I was telling you on the way over, these couple of days couldn't have gone much smoother. It's not usually like that in the machining world, where you're installing a machine, proving out a new parts, getting it into production. That all happened in a matter of 3 days, which is pretty impressive. So, yeah.
Are you saying you need a pat on the back?
No, I'm just saying I got lucky.
Yeah, no. Honestly, guys, I'm very blessed that my wonderful wife and in-laws help with the kids, because normally I help with dad duties. I know your dad as well.
Yeah.
But I didn't have to pick up the kids from school. I was working late with this guy. We were closing the shop down at 6 or 7 o'clock at night, just cranking and getting everything set up. But it's really exciting. I originally had gone, people may have known from our social media, I originally had gone out to visit you in October of last year, a few months ago. And, we looked at the machine and decided, to purchase it. But then kind of a secondary conversation started happening kind of quickly.
Yeah, so, collectively my wife and I decided to step back, step away. We have 2 young kids. I went back to a full-time job. And it just got to be a little bit too much. And we decided that, we wanted the brand to live on. Because
It's your last name.
Yeah, exactly. It's our last name. We put 8 years of literal blood, sweat, and tears into it. Got lucky. We made some decent razors. So we didn't want that to die. Started with the machine. And yeah, we were just looking to downsize, scale back. And yeah, Matt reached out and said, "Hey, I think I want to buy your machine." And I was like, "Well, you're in Arizona, so that's a long way to move a machine." And
yeah, it's not typical.
Yeah, so I mean, speak to that point, right? Why did you choose our machine?
Well, I'm not a machinist at all. I've never claimed to be. We've been contracting for Rex out to local machine shops, but I've spent enough time the last 7-8 years going in and out of them, talking the lingo, kind of picking up on stuff. I liked that it was a kind of an introductory machine, but I knew it was all set up and configured to run razor parts. It wasn't, running rims or aerospace sprockets or, seatbelt buckles or something like. So I was like, okay. And I also knew that it had kind of more or less the baked-in support of Jake helping us out with it. And it just was the right price, it was the right machine, and had the right upgrades and fixtures and all the, fourth axis and tombstone, all these cool features that make it ideal for razor production. It's like, why not,
Yeah, I mean, it was basically set up to run razors, which made these days go a little bit easier, because that's all it's ever run were razors.
What razor specifically was run on this machine?
So this machine ran the Winning and the America razors.
Okay.
So all the production of those razors were made on this machine. Actually, all the programs are still loaded into that machine. So it's
there it is.
That was the Winning and America machine.
Well, and so as the conversation went, we basically more or less kept on talking on the phone and texting, and he kind of said, like, I'm kind of ready, like he said, for my family and I made a decision to move on. I was like, well, let's talk about more than just the machine. And then we kind of scheduled. I said, well, it's already December. Thanksgiving came, Christmas came, it's January. I'm like, well, our meetup's coming up. Why don't you just come out with the machine? You get it set up for us. You take part in the meetup, and then we can kind of have this conversation. And we did. We had a nice conversation with all the attendees today. And Jake was there demonstrating it all day long. People were walking up and talking to you. How many people did you have to explain this to?
Yeah, and that was a cool part, right? That was, getting able to show off the machine to everybody. And I think a lot of those, a lot of the avid wet shavers, a lot of you guys out there, you don't get to see that firsthand too often, and how these razors are made when they're CNC machined. Right. And I think that was cool. I think a lot of people appreciated that it was running today as well. And seemed to be, seemed to take interest in it. So I got a lot of questions, and yeah, it was good.
And so, the conversation moved forward, and we came up with an agreement, and I'm really excited about it. And more or less, Razor Emporium will be taking on the production of new Yates models, the America, the Winning, the 921. Honestly, though, I don't think we're going to do anything for a few weeks or even months. I want to get really busy with this for the time being. And as I'm using it right now, like again, this is the new Rex Page, the new aluminum razor. I'm actually really happy with it. We changed the blade gap just a little bit to 0.020 inches, which is a little bit different. The Envoy is 0.025. So just a tiny bit more mild, and I'm loving it. I also happened to shave yesterday with Peter from Ariana and Evans, and so I don't typically shave back to back, and I have to shave again tomorrow with Caleb from Aylesworth, and so this is the perfect example of why a mild razor is nice. I can do daily shaves. I don't have to have the super aggressive razor. And I'm loving it. It's a nice, close, comfortable shave. I'm really happy. This is going to be the razor. We'll do a couple little things, but this will be it.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that this is that razor's first ever shave, and
we did great, dude.
You're not gushing blood everywhere. Everything looks pretty good over there. So
yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's a win.
It's a winning.
This one is.
I'm full of dad jokes now. Well, I've been using the different diplomatic kind of rankings, the ambassador and envoy and sentry and consul and all this, and I was like, well, we'll probably finish that off with the lowest of the low, and I thought, what's the lowest position in an embassy? It's the page. A page is the guy who's running errands, getting coffee, making copies, running, someone around, picking up someone from the airport, whatever. It's the page, and Gillette had the same kind of scheme. If you think about let's say it's 1955. Gillette had a 69-cent tech razor that was very much like this. They'd have $1 super speed. They had a $5 aristocrat. They had a $10 toggle. So they had like a wide variety of different price points. And back to getting people into wet shaving, I don't think there's a better way to get them in. I haven't arrived on the exact price point. Let's just say it's going to be very competitive with Henson and other razors that are aluminum. It'll probably be in the $70 to $80 US price point. Probably a little bit different packaging, not quite as deluxe as the regular razors we have. But and speaking of Gillette, this I'm happy to say the handle is very much inspired by World War II Bakelite handle from Gillette, the Contract Tech, and these fluted handles, so kind of has that mid-century feel, which is very much on brand with Rex. Yeah, that's a great shave. I'm real happy with that. Yeah, I think the take-home message is that the Yates brand, the hard work you and your wife did to develop these awesome models, to take care of the customers, to be part of the shaving movement, it's not going to go away. We're going to carry the torch on, and it's gonna live on. And I have no intentions of changing anything at the time. Like, I think the models are awesome. I think the packaging, I just kind of want to take it from Pennsylvania, bring it to Arizona.
Yeah, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited to still be a part of it as much as I can be and help you out in this transition. And so that way it's just a smooth transition from PA to Arizona. Yeah,
and Jake and I had developed a good rapport, and he's not going to go away, and it's not going to be like just like a go away now, we got your company, go. No, it's like, no, I still want to be part of the dialogue of, who knows, videos, promotions, marketing. So it'll live on. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I am as well.
Good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate you having me out here. Like I said, it's been a blur of a couple of days, but it's been a blast. And I've enjoyed every bit of it. So.
Awesome. I feel the same way. This has been great. You guys will probably honestly turn this Arizona Shavers Meetup soap into another soap. We almost always do that. I think our first year turned into Fireside. The second year turned into American Amber. So we'll turn this into something fun. You'll see more of this. The Rex Page coming at you. Coming into be a new entry-level razor, aluminum, a new material. We've never done it. I'm excited for that. So,
one thing maybe you didn't mention, is it going to stay raw aluminum, or what do we? What's it going to finish?
Oh gosh, you just set me up for a little layup over here. Yeah, so part of this is also building out an anodizing line in the Razor Emporium workshop, and people today at the meetup actually got to see that. I'm going to pull a line from Henry Ford. When he sold the Model T, he said you can have any color you want as long as it's black. So probably we'll start with black anodizing, then of course the clear natural aluminum with a clear anodized coat over it. If you guys didn't know, you have to do this anodizing process to protect aluminum from oxidizing. You want it to get all, funky looking and turn colors on you. So, yep, that's gonna be it, guys. Thanks for tuning into Razor Emporium. Thanks for watching the Double Edge Discourse with Jake. If you haven't already done so, please like this video, share it with someone who needs to see it, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time at Razor Emporium for all things vintage shaving.